So the graph of a man's life looks something like this. It goes up during high school and college years, then it plateaus. But then there's a point in his 30s or 40s where there's some sort of trauma. And at that point, there's a low. And hopefully, if this person develops a growth mindset, he can actually start to ascend once again after a long and hard journey of self-improvement. And then that same pattern actually repeats itself if you're not careful, which will you plateau, and then a fall, and then a rise. So this up and down is normal for a man's life, and that's because of complacency. You cannot be complacent as a man. You must be driven at all times. That's why the growth mindset is so important. And yes, people mock this whole growth mindset thing. But guess what? That's because they themselves are complacent, and therefore they are coping. But those who really understand that life is a progression, and understand that being driven and being in a never-ending pursuit of excellence and improvement is always going to be better. It's always going to be net positive for you and your family. It's always going to get you a better result than just settling and being complacent. Welcome to Mindset TV. So guys, this is mindset number 3, and I'm going to make this quick because I have to hit the gym. I am committed to my daily gym schedule, and I don't want to break that, and it's already 8:30, so I'm going to make this quick and easy. But first, I want to show you my new phone. It's pretty cool, retro. It's even got the little audio cassette players. How cool is that? I'm going to set that up pretty soon. It's going to be my office phone. It's going to be pretty cool. So let's get right into it. This is mindset number 3. If you haven't seen mindset number 1 and 2, I encourage you to go there and start there. Watch those 2 after you finish this video, okay? And make sure to always take notes. There are going to be a total of 100 mindsets. It's going to take me over a year to record and post all of them. So keep an eye out for all of them. If you don't have time to watch all the videos, you can always go to our newsletter, the Build and Thrive newsletter. The link will be in the description, and you can read through whichever ones you think better suited for your current situation. All right. If you ever catch yourself kind of going through the motions when it comes to your relationships or work or at the gym, you're going to have to take a moment to really assess what it is that is actually happening and why you've settled into this groove of stagnation. All right, because that's the last thing you need. I'm actually going through some of that this year in 2025 in my business. And I'll give you a small, quick story, quick example of how we want to turn complacency into drive. Okay, so in my business, I have multiple businesses, but one that generates the majority of my money is in construction and design. So in 2025, I was lucky enough, and I'm very grateful for having just great clients and repeat clients at that, people who keep coming back for more. But it wasn't quite what I was expecting for 2025. So what did I do? I realized that I had been complacent. I had not been doing the cold outreach, warm outreach, cold emails, networking. I wasn't doing enough. I was still executing. I was still providing the service that my clients wanted and needed, but I wasn't going above and beyond when it came to outreach. So what did I do? I had the realization that if I don't take care of this, and if I don't take immediate action, I will hit a plateau in the business and eventually fail. So what is the solution? The solution is to turn that realization into drive. I went ham. I went crazy. I went like a madman. I started first warm outreach. I called everyone that I know in the industry, all my friends, all my ex-coworkers, all my subcontractors, anyone that can potentially be a connection and lead to more work right now. and of course in the near future. You also don't look ahead 6 to 12 months. So I did that. And out of those, 100 calls or emails, texts, work did come through. And there are still other jobs in the works. This just happened recently, actually, about 30 days ago. And it showed me that by taking the action to turn that complacency into drive is what's going to keep you in a perpetual state of just progression and positivity. Okay? You don't want to be in a loop of when you're driven, then you stagnate, plateau, fall. Hopefully be driven again into another plateau and then fall again. Because that gets old and it's going to take a toll on you. And when it comes to finances and business and just personal development, you can't really make progress that way. It's like taking 2 steps forward and 1 step back, or taking 1 step forward and 2 steps back. You're never really going to get to your destination, right? So when it comes to business, I always say, you got to nip things on the butt immediately. So as soon as I saw that we did not have all the slots booked for the next 2 to 3 months, that's when I should have taken the initiative to do some cold outreach, get on the ads, the ad campaigns and whatnot. So going back to how this applies to your mindset. So what we have to understand is that being complacent is the natural state of the human being. What our minds actually wants is to feel safe and comfortable. Okay? But in today's world, that's going to get you nowhere. So what we're going to do here on Mindset TV is I'm going to help you guys rewire your brain to get out of your comfort zone, to not be complacent, and to thrive. Okay? We want to be driven at all times. Yes, this comes with a lot of hard work. Absolutely. Like anything on this list of 100 mindsets, it's going to take a lot of work. That's why you're going to notice some of these videos will have very low view counts because no one wants to do the work. And I'm okay with that. Not everyone is suited for this kind of work. I'm over here recording this video at 8:51 p.m. Should be already coming back from the gym, but I'm nowhere near done here. After I finish this video, I'm going to set everything up, make sure that I am ready to edit when I come back from the gym. This after a long work day. I had 2 meetings, and then we had an installation in the afternoon for millwork. So I made a quick list of some key points that can be very helpful in not being complacent and turning that complacency into drive. We want to be driven at all costs, right? So first you want to recognize that you are being complacent. New glasses, by the way. Kind of nerdy, but they really help me with these lights. They have the blue light blocker and they also have the anti-glare and all that good stuff. So yeah, you want to recognize the complacency. You have to admit that you are making a mistake, that you are stuck, and that you are in a plateau. Once you recognize that, that awareness is the first step to change. Okay? Then you want to reconnect to the reason why you're actually on this path to personal development, to personal growth, to self-improvement. What is your why? You want to reconnect with that. Why? Because the drive that you're looking for will come from purpose. And your purpose could be anything. It could be your family. It could be financial. It could be retiring your mother. It could be anything. But you must have a why. And you need to reconnect with that why as soon as you feel that you're being complacent. And if you don't have that why and you are complacent, maybe that's the reason why you are being complacent. It's because you don't have a why. So one way to break out of this complacency is to just immediately set higher standards for yourself. Don't just do what is required. Do additional work. Do things that will push you past your comfort level. Do things that will improve your life immediately. These small improvements will compound over time, and it'll get you out of that rut and into a better mindset. Once you have that momentum rolling, you no longer have to rely on motivation to take action. You've got the momentum. You know what your purpose is. You know what your why is. You realize that you're in a plateau and that you must take action. So that momentum will compound daily. And the next thing you know, you're ready to take on the beast. That's when you embrace discomfort. That's when you start your ascend once again. Remember, growth, true growth, lives outside of comfort. Okay, you're going to have to lean into anything that is challenging. You're going to have to push past the pain. That's inevitable. And once you're past that pain, you will find energy and motivation that you didn't know you had. So stop settling. Okay, start taking action now. If you're sitting there watching this video and you've got nothing going on tomorrow except going to work and coming back home and watching another video, that is your sign that you are being complacent. You're not pushing yourself. All right, so one thing you can take away from this video is that if you actually feel like you're stuck, you don't know what to do, that is a sign. That is your mind, your body telling you that you are being complacent. You must push yourself into doing things that are hard. I guarantee you, just pick one thing for today, for tomorrow. Wake up, accomplish that one thing, whatever it is, and you will feel a lot better. You will feel accomplished. You will feel powerful. You will feel empowered because you're taking control of your own life. Okay? All right, so a quick summary. You want to first admit where it is in your life that you are settling. Okay? You want to be aware of where you're being complacent and what actions you're going to have to take. Okay? In order to take those actions, you must reconnect with your why. What is the purpose? What is your original purpose of why you're looking to self-improve? Why are you trying to become a better man? And the easiest step to get that ball rolling is to raise your own standards. Start small. Change something small, something about your diet, something about the way you go to work, which route you take, something about the way that you wake up in the morning. Okay? Take a cold shower. That's what I do. Try it. It's the little things that open up your mind to different ideas, to different concepts, to different lifestyles. And once you take those actions and build momentum, then you're going to lean into discomfort because that's where the real growth is. Okay? So that's it for today. I wanted to keep that very, very simple. I hope it helps. This is kind of what I'm going through right now in my business. I easily could have not recorded this video and also been complacent when it comes to my YouTube output. But no, I decided that I am not going to let myself be complacent. I will not plateau on my third video. I'm going to keep to my schedule. So now I have to go to the gym, come back, shower, have dinner, and then edit this video and have it out and published tonight. All right, get to it. All right, guys, remember to subscribe and like this video. Peace.